So hello guys, and welcome back to my first video on World of Warships. This is very impromptu because I wasn't actually planning on doing a World of Warships video. But I have been playing it quite a lot recently, and I played this game very recently, in fact, yesterday it was, and it just... As someone who's now doing YouTube as a sort of hobby, you sometimes play these games and you just think, for whatever reason, that maybe there's some sort of hilarious moment, there's some epic thing that you do, or you see someone else do for that matter, and you just think that is some good video material, and that's just what went through my head when I played this game, and then in the exact aftermath of this game, I just thought that's what happens in this replay is just hilarious, and I just found it hilarious, really. Although I would say within the first 10 minutes or so of this game, it's just standard battleship gameplay, sitting at the back of the, behind the cruisers and destroyers, firing at other battleships and other cruisers, and just taking long-range shots, which doesn't make for exciting gameplay. In all honesty, it's just very boring to watch. But trust me when I say stick around to the end, because the action heats up very quickly, and not trying to spoil it too much results in quite an interesting ending, in all honesty. But just while we're taking long-range shots and playing a battleship in its conventional manner, we're going to have a quick history lesson about the ship that I'm playing in, which is the Tier 4 Japanese battleship, the Myogi. So the Myogi, or its code name or design name, B41, was a paper design. It was blueprint, so it was never built. There were no surviving. Well, surviving is the wrong word, really. There were no Myogis in the world, as none of them were ever built. It was, however, supposedly a prelude to the Congo design. However, that hasn't been proven firmly yet. It's still disputed over whether that is the case or not. However, there are a few similarities between the Myogi and the Congo that you can see in the game. So, to me, there's a bit of plausibility to that, but that is yet to be officially the case. Also, technically, it was supposed to be a battle cruiser and not a battleship like it is in World of Warships. So, it's a case of a few of the other Dreadnought class battleships that are in World of Warships, is that they were actually, in real life, battle cruisers, not battleships. But the way World of Warships is structured in terms of the tech tree means that the Myogi, for example, is classified as a battleship. However, it would be interesting to see if they would actually implement a new line of battle cruisers in the tech trees. However, it would involve a lot of rejigging and things like that, so I doubt they'll ever do it. So that's really it historically about the Myogi. There's not really much to say, as it was a paper design. So, yeah. In game, however, it does have three sets of two 356mm guns that can fire to a range of 16.9 kilometers, which is definitely the signature of the Japanese battleships. They are long-range snipers. They're not like the American battleships, which are more close range, as they have the less range. Our first kill of the game, by the way. Definitely not our last. Anyway, back to the guns on the Myogi in the game. It also has 2 sets of secondaries. It has 6 120mm guns, and it also has 16 152mm secondaries. Both of those fire to a range of 3.5 kilometers. And the 120mm secondaries also double up as AA guns as well, which is very helpful. And talking about the AA guns, it also has 8 25mm guns,
torpedoes to port,
which gives it a decent
torpedoes to port.
AA cover. So I'm just going to quickly switch back to the gameplay. This is kind of where the game becomes more about... It becomes more close quarters. With the arrival of that Isukaze, which appeared at a range, I think it was 5.5 kilometers from beside that island. Suddenly I'm thrust into the forefront of battle, and it's very much... The Myogi becomes a bit uncomfortable around these situations. Because it is a battleship, it's very, very sluggish. So it means that when destroyers appear, they're most likely going to be launching torpedoes at you, which means that you need to be manoeuvrable. And that is one thing battleships are not. It's just a pain to get out of the way. So I took evasive manoeuvre straight away, and I dodged the first set of torpedoes that he fired at me, as you saw. And now all that's left over to my east is that Wyoming, and that's all that's left. So I just decided I want to try and get down to the south of the map as quickly as possible, to be able to shoot at more things after that Wyoming dies. And the only way past there is past that Isukaze and that his smoke screen. Luckily he has his engines knocked out, which is a brilliant stroke of luck, because it allows me and one of the friendly ships to be able to pump shots into him without him trying to dodge them. And there is my second kill of the game. So it was very, very lucky that Isukaze had his engines knocked out, otherwise that would have been a significantly difficult situation to deal with, as well, destroyers. They are the complete opposite spectrum of battleships, small and highly manoeuvrable. But anyway, with that Isukaze dealt with, we can start to move south to engage the rest of the enemy team, which consists of an aircraft carrier, 3 battleships, and a cruiser and a destroyer. So yeah, just start steaming through, and hopefully while I'm doing this, we can also capture B, as this is a I'm not sure if it's called encounter or not. Let's have a quick look. Domination, that was it. Domination on straits. So while we're heading down to the south, might as well capture B. Be handy to keep us head on the points. So at the minute I've got my sights on this enemy Myogi, I think it is. Yes, this, who's going to appear around this side of the island now. His guns are pointing the other way, and I'm going to unleash my full broadside upon him. Decent grouping for once on the Myogi, and I get 300 damage on that, which is a bit disappointing. So yeah, I was hoping for a bit more damage on that Myogi, but you know, it's that's just RNG for you. And now, as I can no longer shoot at that Myogi, I'm going to start engaging another enemy Myogi, yeah, in front of me, and I think it's a Karlsruhe. Could be wrong. All the while, there is the threat of enemy air attacks from the remaining enemy aircraft carrier. Those torpedoes gave me a bit of a fright as I got the torpedo warning signal, but in all honesty, I should have probably been aware that they were enemies. Not enemies, friendly torpedoes. Duh. But anyway, is that a... No, it's a Kuma. Completely wrong. But anyway, this Kuma's decided he's going to be coming to close range, and again, that Kuma has torpedoes, so
Torpedoes to starboard.
I was aware he had them, and I took the necessary precautions to get away from them.
Target penetrated.
And I get an amazing shot into him, hit a citadel for 11,000 damage, so nice result, and that brings him down to manageable health that both me and the rest of my team can deal with him. And you see those torpedoes that friendly cruiser launched? I'm lucky that I saw that coming, because it allowed me to slow down. If I'd carried on at the speed and course I was going, those torpedoes would have hit me and that destroyer would have done team damage. So I'm lucky that I saw them, otherwise I'd have taken some heavy damage, and that destroyer would have been pulled up for team damage. So I didn't really want that for him, in all honesty. So we did manage to capture the Bravo points, which awards me naval warfare tactics. I've never got that award before. I'm not quite sure what it's for, but you know, I'll take it. It's an award. So after that quite close quarters engagement with the enemy Kuma, I'm back to traditional Japanese battleship gameplay, which is long range shooting at this Tier 3 South Carolina. Who he's been attacked by our friendly dive bombers, and he is taken out by the friendly aircraft carrier, which is a good result. So I'm going to now go back to resuming fire. I think it was the second of the two Myogis that I fired at, and I managed to get a nice 2 hits on him, damaging hits, so that was nice. And these torpedo bombers, I just saw coming. I saw that torpedo launch coming. However, haven't scrubbed off enough speed to find that I do take some damage, and I get a flood. So I used my damage repair ability, and I got hit by dive bombers again, which set a fire, but as my damage control ability was already activated, it stopped the fire. So again I resume firing at Myogi, and using that damage control ability, just bear that in mind as I get another citadel hit and my 3rd kill of the game on that Myogi. So yeah, that first kill I got, as I said, definitely was not my last. So as you can see in chat there, what one of the friendly players just says 1 second too late, which I assume he's referring to that kill. But I citadeled him, so yeah, as I said there, sorry I citadeled him, so it's a bit of a shame. But we've suddenly found the enemy aircraft carrier, and what was going through my head now, I still remember it now, as we get another citadel, our 4th of the game, was he's coming straight at me. He's not trying to move. Now normally aircraft carriers will try and run in the complete opposite direction, but as you see there, he's turning towards me as I'm trying to turn away. And I'm at this point trying to think, right, how am I going to be able to bring all my guns to bear on him to be able to do the most damage possible as my secondary load fire? Now in hindsight, I should probably have thought, how am I going to evade him? Because you can see what's coming now. I mean, all was going through my head was the Jaws theme song. And it's just, you can see it coming as I'm trying to move. And you can see him turning, and I'm not going to be able to get my rear turrets on, and he's going to ram me. There you go. But I do sink him. Immediately I get a flood, so I activate my repair consumable to get more ships. But then, what happened there? What it turned out to be is, you saw right at the beginning of that, the enemy aircraft carrier launched dive bombers. Sorry, it was those dive bombers, after he had rammed me and killed himself, that he dive bombed me and destroyed and knocked me out, as I was on such low health. And there I am in chat saying, haha, well played, sir, well played. Because in all honesty, he knew he wasn't getting out of that alive, and he did exactly the right thing. He launched his torpedo bombers. I didn't manage to set that last fire in time, so he managed to get them away, and all it took was one dive bomber to take me out. So, and luckily, the enemy Nicholas, Tier 5 American destroyer, is AFK, and Aminakaze comes within uncharacteristically close torpedo range and launches torpedoes. And yeah, there's a certain sense of inevitability to this, as yeah, torpedoes run straight and true, straight towards the enemy Nicholas. And sort of sense of irony, as a destroyer takes out another destroyer. So that wasn't really a bad game, in all honesty. Unfortunately, I didn't quite manage to get the post-battle results screen in there. I had a bit of trouble trying to edit it. But I can tell you roughly what I got. So I managed to gain 162,993 credits and 2,756 experience, doubled for the first win of the day in the Myogi, and we did cause 95,913 damage. So it was quite a good game, in all honesty. We did quite a bit of damage. Fell just short, sorry, of the 100,000 damage mark, but you know, it wasn't bad. And the medals we managed to get were Naval Warfare Tactics, Naval Warfare Ramming, and Die Hard. The last two for that. Should I really call it an engagement? I'm going to call it an engagement with the aircraft carrier. So yeah, it wasn't the world's most spectacular game, but I found it really funny and thought it was worth sharing on YouTube. So I hope you guys do feel the same about it. If you did enjoy that and would like to see more content from me, then please do like and subscribe this video. And if you do have any comments about this replay or anything else at all, please do put them down in the comments section down below. So thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you again next time.